New video shows a violent attack in San Francisco that severely injured a former San Francisco fire commissioner. And tonight, we're hearing from the victim for the first time. Thanks for joining us for KRON 4 News at 5. I'm Ken Wayne.
And I'm Vicki Libiakis. The attack happened in the Marina District last week, injuring Don Carmignani seriously. We're going to show you that video, but we do want to warn you, it is hard to watch. In the top left-hand side of your screen, you can see a man beating Carmignani with a metal object. That sent him to the hospital with severe injuries to his head. And in the meantime, the attorney for the defendant is calling this self-defense. KRON 4's Dan Kerman reports.
Attorneys for former San Francisco Fire Commissioner Don Carmignani have released this video, which they say shows Wednesday night's brutal attack of their client by a man with a metal pipe. Carmignani's father says his son suffered a broken jaw in the Marina District attack, which resulted in 50 stitches in his face and surgery to remove a piece of his skull. The suspect, Garrett Doty, now faces multiple charges, including assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated battery with serious bodily injury, and assault with force likely to produce great bodily injury. But the public defender representing Doty says that's not the full story.
Mr. Doty did not start this altercation. That Mr. Carmignani approached Mr. Doty and threatened Mr. Doty and sprayed him with pepper spray.
Any use of pepper spray is not seen in the segment of video Carmignani's attorneys have released. But in a statement from his hospital bed, Carmignani says 3 homeless men set up an encampment in front of his mother's home that Wednesday morning. He says, "My family has had prior interactions with these individuals who have made repeated threats of violence to my family members. As a result, my mother did not feel safe leaving her home." He also says calls that morning to 911 were ignored. And during the day, he says, my mother and girlfriend informed me that these individuals were still in front of her house and had been openly consuming drugs and had exhibited extremely aggressive behavior towards passersby. He says when he arrived at his mother's home that evening and asked them to leave, 2 of the individuals moved toward me in a threatening manner. The incident culminated with one of the individuals producing a piece of metal and striking me countless times on the head. Carmignani says, as a native San Franciscan and lifelong Marina resident, I firmly believe that the city needs to promote the safety of its law-abiding citizens over those who chose to do drugs and commit violent acts in our streets. I am hopeful that this unfortunate incident will lead to policy changes to better protect the interests of San Francisco residents and that my attackers will be fully prosecuted. Carmignani is expected to make a full recovery. In San Francisco, Dan Kerman, KRON 4 News.